meditation in sitting position, quietly, is very useful to abandon our own habits. By practicing meditation, we must try to abandon our usual physical, oral and mental actions. The more we can meditate with right understanding, there will be more and more abandoning power to our own actions. When we are in our daily life, we must try to be doing only, with right understanding about doing only. Doing only is to do only, not with the idea of someone or I. If there is misunderstanding of I, there will be our action will be what we used to do. When speaking, if there is I, we are different from each other because of misunderstanding of I. Speaking habit is different to each other. Eating habit may also different to each other. It is because of our own habit. What we must try to do is to be doing only, without the idea of I, without paying attention to what we are doing. Or when we are speaking, we must try not to pay attention to the action of speaking. When we are eating, we must try not to pay attention to the taste, to the action of eating. This is right understanding. If you are doing with right understanding, your action will be doing only, without the idea of someone. If there is will, there will be a way. If you strongly wish to abandon our own habit, we will be able to be doing only, to be using only our life, not including the idea of I. That is also very important to be enlightened. If we are stay using our own habit, it will be great disturbance. In practicing meditation, to be free from wrong understanding, because habits appear because of wrong understanding. Habits or desire are caused by wrong understanding. If we are stay using our own habits, we are still accepting wrong understanding. All the Buddhas are using mind and body, but they are also doing physical, oral and mental action. But without habits, there are maybe a lot of Buddhas, but doing may be the same, knowing may be the same, action may be the same. They may do what it should do. They may sleep and eat what it should do. They may walk what it should do, not as their desire. Because of right understanding, to use only and abandoning power to our habits. In this way, all Buddhas' action will be the same, which is they are doing what should do. So also we must try to copy the Buddha. We must try to abandon our habits. Paying attention to the food is also my habit. That's why I have problems because of food. So I'm also trying to be not to eat as my own habit, not to eat with my habit, to be able to eat what it should do. In this way, there will be a lot of problems will disappear if we can stop our own habit. To be able to abandon our own habits, we must think how to do, how to eat, what to do, whether we should speak or not, whether we should go or not, whether we should load something or not. Before our action, there must be thinking. It is necessary to do like this. It is necessary to eat this food. It is necessary to drink. That thinking must come before our action. By right understanding, we will be able to abandon our habits. In this way, mind will be free. Our mind is busy because of our own habits. Before meditation, I have strong attachment to thinking. I'm always thinking about my business. Because of meditation, I can successfully abandon, not to think anymore. In this way, mind becomes free. To think or to do something, mind is busy. If we can abandon unnecessary action, mind will be free and powerful. Not only the mind, but also our body will also be more energy saving. because of my own experience, if I can successfully abandon thinking, there's appear the abandoning power of thinking. That power is powerful enough. That power is strong enough to appear or to happen good idea automatically. That's why abandoning habit is no side effect. Doing with attachment is very dangerous. We are doing with attachment all the time. To be free from attachment, it is necessary to abandon our actions as much as we can. There are problems between our family. It is because of the habit. The habit is not the same. If we can abandon our own habit, we will be not much different. In this way, there will be no problem. Not clear.
The if, in fact, the truth is only absolute impermanent nature are happening right now. So in case, so there is no you, no I, only impermanent nature are happening. In this case, this moment, this idea came to me. In this case, what's the meaning of life? No need to find who am I. This kind of thing came to me. No need to say to the people from the suffering.
In fact, there is no need to know who we are. No need to know about the meaning of life. Just need to know like this. This is right understanding. Because just need to know about ever new impermanent nature and permanent nature. It is possible for everyone to know, to appear original wisdom, which know about impermanent nature and permanent nature. That's why we have to do more and more good deeds to understand like this. Not for worldly welfare, but for noble truth. If you think I am important, it is wrong understanding. Our life is to use only, not to reject, not to attach, to use only. Whatever happen, good or bad, are also to experience only, not to reject, not to attach. That is true of everyone, all happening. Trying not to forget that truth is important. We are using our life without understanding like this. That's why whatever we do, it is not really work, because there is wrong understanding. If there is right understanding will control your physical, oral and mental action, and in this way, because of right understanding and detachment, your action will be valuable.
Very often, my question is, why this condition, human condition, has impermanent nature? What is it? Why? So I am looking for why this human condition, this function, and to your world, impermanent nature. For what? What is it? Very often I ask questions this kind of thing. Why do I need? Who am I?
That question is because of wrong understanding. If there is no wrong understanding, no need to think about life and death. The truth is only ever new impermanent nature and permanent nature. Because of not knowing that truth, created wisdom, created life appear. All are creation like movies, all are created, not real happening. The truth is wrong understanding and attachment is real. Because of not knowing the truth, wrong understanding and attachment, our knowing concerned with you, I, male, female, young, old, sick, healthy, man, animals, that all knowings are because of wrong understanding. Wrong understanding is the cause of all our normal knowing. That's why you must pay attention, not to you, not to me, but to wrong understanding. We must try to find the truth, which is wrong understanding and attachment. Usually we are paying attention to something or someone, time and place, not to wrong understanding and attachment. That's why it will never end. If you think about yourself, if you think about the universe, it will never end. You think life is true. Time and place are also true. It is because of wrong understanding. We must try to accept that truth and to find wrong understanding. We must try to know about wrong understanding and attachment. That's why no need to think about yourself. No need to find the answer about who I am. What is the meaning of life? No need to find the answer.
In Mahayana Buddhists in China and Korea, in Vietnam, they focus a lot to save the people. They wish to become Bodhisattva, to save people, to make more wise. But after your teaching, if people don't understand the right understanding, so it can be no meaning to continue this way, to continue to save those people with Buddha's teaching, because people think with wrong understanding. So it's already confusing for me, because the approach is so different for a Korean Buddhist. And here, Theravada don't focus too much the sending metta, the save the people, the philosophy of Bodhisattva.
Buddha's desire is to pay more attention to right understanding, not to the action, what we are doing, not to the happening, what is what we are at the present time, only to understanding. We have to learn Buddha teaching. It is because of right understanding. To change our understanding, we are necessary to learn Buddha teaching, to practice meditation. You can help other people. You can keep precept, but you must not pay attention to this action. You must pay more attention to right understanding. Right understanding or wisdom is more important. For most of the people, wisdom is not much important. Action is important. That's why what we eat, vegetable or meat, it is they think it is important. What you do, action, they think action is important. Physical action, oral action, and how you practice, it is misunderstanding that method is important. What happened? This question is also paying attention to the experience. Experience is also, it is necessary but not much important. Right understanding is more important. Four Noble Truths can understand only with original wisdom, not wisdom to get wisdom, to be enlightened, not to be nothing. To be enlightened, to be free from wrong understanding and attachment. That's why if you want to get wisdom, you must pay more attention to understanding. If you do not take care of wisdom, or you can pay attention to action. By paying attention to good action, you can get wisdom, but that wisdom is just created wisdom, not original wisdom. Because of attachment to the action, attachment to the food, attachment to the works, it is difficult to pay attention to understanding. To meditate, it is very easy to meditate, but it is very difficult to understand about right understanding. It is very easy to learn about Buddha teaching. We can read book, we can listen Dhamma teaching, but listening and reading is easy, but it is difficult to know what Buddha really want us to understand. To know about Buddha understanding is difficult. To know about what Buddha have done is not difficult. What Buddha say is also not much difficult. Everybody can know what Buddha say, but it is difficult. What Buddha know is very difficult.
So that also is an without pain. And it's where I think the shadow is teaching about experience only, doing only, knowing only, using only becomes very, very important. In other words, give an example. Right understanding, we say that they say meditation is a right understanding. The right understanding is, this right understanding has many levels. So of course we are not mature, fully understanding it as a number one, who has full understanding about the truth. But we don't have a full understanding, a complete understanding. But we have some understanding, right? And then Shadow teaches us how to practice detachment by just experiencing. Like meditation, we know that meditation is good, how to practice is so wrong. But when we meditate a lot of attachment. So Shadow is teaching us that, for example, we do breathing in, breathing out. Alright? When you breathe in, you watch the breath in, there's attachment, you attach the breath, you're watching, you're paying attention to the breath. No? You want the breath this way, that way, there's still this attachment. But Shadow says, experience only, right? Experience the breath, just experience breath in breath. No? We don't make anything out of it in breath. No? We don't say that some breath is good, some breath is bad, I want to do it that way, this way. So, this experience only. But I think the point I want to get at is, at this point we don't have full understanding yet. But as we practice experiencing only, doing only, using only, and when there's more detachment, then our understanding grows, the right understanding grows again. When it grows, support your practice again. So when you do experiencing only, doing only, or whatever, then you can detach even more. When you detach even more, that again helps in your right understanding, because you're actually directly experiencing what Shadow is saying. So your right understanding grows as you practice, and that way it matures. Because otherwise, how can we practice? Because we are not around here. We do not have full right understanding. We have to practice somewhere. But the method that Shadow uses, because all the time we have been practicing attachment. So it's a very important point that if we practice it, we don't attach and don't reject. After, of course, you have right understanding, you have wise consideration that Shadow says, the things you should do, and you say you don't want to do the right thing, you just do it because it's something that's right, that's good for others and for ourselves, and we do meditation, analysis, all of that. But when after we're done, when we do it at time, right, we do it just do it, right? We don't add any more to that doing, to that act. We don't pay attention to the action anymore. We just do it. Right? So when we meditate, we just meditate. We just don't add any more. Alright, all meditation should be like that, this way, or I think it's wrong, correctly. Is that the way Shadow trying to explain in my own words?
Yes, it's right.
You must start with some right understanding. There must be some right understanding. But that right understanding is not full yet. It's okay, you must start with that build on, right? And through this non-detachment that Shadow is talking about, right? It will help us make sure our right understanding, right? And eventually, that's why when Shadow earlier said we have to abandon our right understanding. You know, people say, what is that? It is moving deeper and deeper. We get to deeper understanding. We have to abandon earlier understanding, right? Because of this point of view, that this is the right way, this is the only way I get it, right? We need to start again, right? You're not detached anymore, you're not abandoning anymore. When you're centering, it's not centering, right? In Shadow's language. But we notice that, and if you're able to abandon, right? Then the right understanding will grow. And then that will also be detached more. And that cycle grows again. And they miss things from Shadow. I'm sure I missed a lot of things. I'll let Shadow correct me.
Trying to detach what you are doing, we must continue doing good deeds more and more, but we must also try to detach to what we are doing, and also to detach to what happens to us, to detach to whatever knowings appear. We must try to detach to knowing and not knowing also. If we cannot detach, we will be happy if we know. We will be unhappy if we don't know. It is because of attachment to knowing and not knowing. If we can use knowing and not knowing, it is very useful. We are misusing knowing and not knowing. That's why mind is upset, mind is happy and unhappy, stable, unstable, always changing, because of we cannot use this situation in the right way. All are created truth. We are misusing the created truth. That's why there is mind, there is problem in our mind. During meditation, I feel sick. At that time, I'm trying to detach to the life of patient, to the feeling of, to the situation of feeling sick. In this way, I can successfully use the unpleasant situation, and that's why I can help the patients. I can help all the patients how to detach to their suffering. In my teaching, that power, that detachment power is in my teaching. That's why when patients listen to my teaching, they get help to detach to their suffering, to detach to the life of patient. In this way, their mind become quiet and peaceful. Yes. 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 We may be old, we may feel sick. That at that situation, if there is attachment, our mind will be unhappy. If we can detach, we cannot change the situation. If we are old, if we are sick, it is difficult to change the situation. But we can change our attachment to this situation. We must try, we must be to detach to that situation, and that power is very useful, not only for us but also for other people also. When you meditate, naturally you will meditate, there will be attachment to the life of yogis, to your experience, to the method, to the teacher. It's nature. If you cannot detach to the life of yogi, it is difficult to detach to the life of patient. If you are patient, if you are going to die, it is very difficult to detach to that situation. So the real meditation is trying to detach to whatever happened to us. We must try to detach with right understanding. When I listen to the teaching of Mogu Sayadaw, Tengu Sayadaw, I can feel the detachment power in their teaching, in their speech. And also, if you look movie, you can also see there is attachment in their works, in their action. That's why we should listen to Buddha teaching, and we should pay less and less attention to what other people are saying, because they are saying with attachment. The more you pay attention to their saying, there will be more attachment. The power of detachment is very useful. So we must try to get more and more detachment power. Yes, attachment is the cause of everything. If there is no attachment, that problems will also be less and less. We are not changing the effect. We are trying to change the cause. If there is no cause, there will be no effect. We are interested in ourselves. It is because of attachment. If we can abandon attachment, mind is free not to think about ourselves, not to think about other people. That mind is powerful. That mind is using detachment power. Right understanding is also powerful. Detachment is also very powerful. Buddha can teach about impermanent nature and permanent nature very, very detailed. It is because of attachment to the created truth. With attachment, we cannot understand about permanent nature and impermanent nature. Only when there is no attachment to the created truth, we can clearly understand about impermanent nature and permanent nature. Yes, yes.
it and experience it. I know it. And I cannot do anything. I'm allowed it. That's not today, okay? Okay. You can go to the message form. Even though I'm sitting down here and I feel discomfort, it's okay. So, that's how we say that anytime we use ourselves as an example, we learn from this right understanding from ourselves. We again our desire. Let's say, for example, I like this thing so much. Can I get this thing and give it away to others? If you like it so much, you will give it, right? Most of us. Then you try to get this and give it to others. And you can feel the difference in you that you learn from how this thing will be given away. You will come into community. And one of the things that Sayadaw each and every environment, resting, always heard each and every word. You listen every day. You use it every day. And you just practice it on the desireless. Hey, I like this thing so much. And people will see. And see yourself. Practice it. Because from this practice, and with our meditation, and with all our limited to be, it's beyond understanding. Our understanding, because from there we will understand what Sayadaw meant to us. This understanding to us closer and closer. Because it cannot be faded out. We have to practice our own with each and every word of Sayadaw meant like resting. If we don't rest, we just try to use this resting to release. Tell us later, we like to eat this food. How about we don't want to eat and eat away to others who like it? This is a very good practice for us. And it helps us because that is the best practice that I used to train myself. And it really works because the understanding for me is totally different from what I expected to get in myself from Sayadaw. The understanding for me is that this is the right teaching, the right practice that I've done. And I see myself from previous and now is very different.
Yes, right. Yes.
Because we don't practice it, so we don't, it's beyond our understanding. So when we practice it, now we know what Sayadaw meant. Each and every word we listen to you speak, we practice it every day. Oh, we feel wonderful. And I see that myself like, yes, I do have answers. Why I have, even though I have a little bit, I say to myself, and this is mine. What should I say today? Or just don't register that anger in my mind because I registered that to me. That is a practice in me, and it's an experience. Everything will change, and it's all impermanent. So we have to accept it. This is nature. And just keep on telling myself that it's the practice of rock and roll. It's nothing but rock.
Yes. 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 We must try. This is our truth. This is the nature. So also, our mind may be angry, may be stable, may be upset, may be worried. It is nature of mind. Not to like, not to dislike. That nature, we must try to accept. It is nature, and we must try to detach with right understanding, to use only, to experience only. You may be when you meditate, you may feel sad, or you may be upset, but you must continue your meditation by detaching to that situation. It is the nature of mind to be like this. We cannot change, but we can try to detach to that nature. Mind and body is never stable, always changing. That nature is to use only. We must try to be able to use without grasping, without thinking as reality, without paying attention. That's why we must pay attention to right understanding. It is possible to change attention to right understanding. And like medicine, we have attachment to the medicine. That's why if we feel sick, we think about medicine. It is also medicine is not. It is possible to remember medicine. So also it is possible to remember right understanding. But right understanding is not like medicine. If you think medicine, you must search for medicine. But right understanding is, if you think, if you remember, it really works. Right understanding is not something to use only. The real situation to use only, to experience only. That right understanding, you can remember right understanding every time. In this way, we must try to detach to other things we used to pay attention. It is possible to make habit of remembering right understanding. In this way, you may not be paying attention to the anger. And if you can stop paying attention to the anger will disappear soon. The more you pay attention to what is happening, it will go on and on, because of we are accepting it as something. With right understanding, you can watch the anger. If there is wrong understanding, the more you pay attention to anger, it will go on and on. Our habit is paying attention to what we know. Anger is, we used to pay attention to anger. We used to pay attention to our body, to our mind. That's why we are difficult to pay attention to right understanding. If you are tired also, if you think about right understanding, it is possible not to take rest. Because you pay attention to the state of tiredness. In this way, this is true, you can learn by practice. In this way, we will be less and less busy. In this way, nothing to do will be later, nothing to do. Because we are busy because of wrong understanding and attachment. In fact, what we are doing is not really important. If right understanding, you can pay attention to the created truth. You can pay attention to your mind and body. Right understanding is more important. If with wrong understanding, the more you pay attention to your mind and body, there will be more attachment to doing, like to the action of paying attention to the mind and body. Practicing meditation with right understanding can cause the result, which is automatic attention to whatever happens in the body. Intentionally paying attention to mind and body can do if with right understanding. If there is right understanding, there will be less attachment. If there is wrong understanding, there will be more and more attachment. Understanding is more important. Our physical, oral, and mental actions are not much important. So whatever we do, we must try to pay attention to right understanding. With right understanding, you can do, without losing right understanding, you can do everything. You must try not to lose right understanding. This is trying to detach to wrong understanding.
So that means we may stay in mindful when those things arise in the mind and the body, and also need to often remind about the truth of impermanence nature.
Impermanent nature is difficult to understand. It is easy to understand about to do only, to use only. The truth of the created truth is easy to understand. Impermanent nature is difficult to understand. If you understand impermanent nature, it is okay. What you mean? Can you speak again?
I mean, we stay to be mindful when those things arise in the mind, in the body at the present moment, and often remind of the truth. Are you curious on this?
Yes, to remember the truth to use only can cause to understand impermanent nature. If you are not automatically knowing the truth, we must try to know intentionally. If automatic understanding about the truth is happening, no need to intentionally know the truth. Wrong understanding is controlling all our action. So also, if there's right understanding will also control our action. That's why no attachment to the action, to the result, to knowing and not knowing. To get that result, we must try not to forget right understanding. The aim of meditation is to abandon right understanding and attachment. You can practice any way, but the result must be the same. How you practice is not much important. Whether you can abandon wrong understanding and attachment is more important. Because of attachment to the action, to whatever happens, we are paying attention to what we are doing, which way we are following. We pay attention to the method because of attachment. You can use one method, but which one you are choosing is not important. Using only is important. If there is right understanding, it will be using only, doing only. We used to do like this, that's why our habitual actions are controlled by wrong understanding and attachment. If you are interested in your practice, it is not doing only. If you are interested right and wrong, it is not doing only. You must continue your practice, but you must try to be interested to right understanding more and more. It is possible to change our habits to be interested in right understanding. We believe in Buddha. It is easy to believe in Buddha. We are interested in Buddha. Who is Buddha? Or it is easy to pay interest to Buddha, but it is difficult to detach to Buddha. Instead of paying attention to Buddha, just pay attention to right understanding. Attention to his teaching is also easy. Many people are interested in Buddha teaching. You can learn Buddha teaching, but you must try to detach to his teaching. You must meditate, but you must try to detach to what you are doing, to knowing and not knowing. In this way, knowing will be knowing only. Not knowing will also be not knowing only. We must try to be able to use only. Knowing and not knowing are also to use only. Not to think as reality. Not to reject, not to attach. There may be knowing and not knowing all the time. In the future also there will be knowing and not knowing. If you cannot detach to knowing and not knowing, there will be problems. If you can detach, it is nature. There will not be problem for you concerned with knowing and not knowing. Now you are using the power of someone. You must try to detach to that power. In this way, you can be doing only, without I. Experiencing as you understand is not experiencing only. Doing as you understand is also not doing only. You are using the power of someone. We are using the power of mind, the power of body. It is not doing only. we must try to use the power of right understanding. In this way, it will be doing only. If you pay attention to right understanding, you will understand the power of right understanding. In this way, it will be doing only, knowing only, experiencing only. You must try not to represent to yourself, but to represent to right understanding. By representing to right understanding, you must try to detach to yourself. To your action, to your desire. Now we are sitting, but normally we are using the power of someone. That's why not sitting only. We must try by paying attention to right understanding, and we must try not to pay attention to ourselves. In this way, our action will be doing only. Must not represent to someone. Normally we are doing with I'm trying to understand the truth. We are representing, our action is representing to someone. We need to represent the right understanding, and in this way we must try to detach to someone, to detach to ourselves. If you can detach to yourself, you will not no need to think about yourself. Because of attachment and wrong understanding, we are always thinking about ourselves. This is right understanding. It is possible if you try to understand like this. It is possible to accept right understanding, and if you to try to remember all the time, in this way you will be able to detach to your normal understanding. If you use right understanding more and more, you will understand about right understanding more and more. Only by practice you can understand. It is very useful. when we do something, we believe it I will be able to do it. We with this understanding, we do whatever we do. We use believing like this. Instead of our normal understanding, we must try to do only. We must use the truth to do only. With understanding about the truth to do only, we must try to be able to do only. When I meditate also, there are a lot of teacher, a lot of yogi, their understanding is the same. We must practice like this. Our experience must be like this. You must not do other ways. The same understanding they are using. Most of the yogis are following this way. They are obeying, they are using that understanding, and in this way, the more they use this understanding, more attachment, and their understanding is controlling their action to practice the same way. Every day, they may practice every day, but they are using the same understanding, and that because of attachment to this traditional understanding, their practice is the same. That's why they are stay practicing. It will never end. When I meditate, I try to go beyond. I try to understand, to understand beyond this and that. To understand beyond tradition, I have to listen more and more. Teaching of famous Sayadaw. And in this way, my understanding change. I can change my understanding from traditional to, from the understanding of follower to understanding of the teacher. Understanding is controlling our action. If you use the understanding of the teacher, your practice will also be as the desire of the teacher, as the desire of Buddha. In this way, understanding will become real. Understanding only is not enough. If you practice seriously, your understanding will be real understanding. We need to abandon our habits. that habit is not the habit of Buddha. If we are not obeying our own desire, there will be less and less attachment and more easy to understand about right understanding. Okay.
I mean, instead of being mindful on those things arise in the mind and the body, we should all the time remember about the truth, the right understanding.
Yes,
about
yes,
the truth.
yes. Doing with right understanding, doing only is not enough. Doing with right understanding is complete. You can be mindful to the mind and body, but mindfulness alone is not enough. There must be right understanding. And in this way, your practice can really work.
But it seems to be the separate moment when mindful of those things arise in the mind and body, and the moment which remember about the right understanding of the truth.
I don't understand.
I mean, maybe for me at this at present, the moment of being mindful on things arise on the mind and the body is one moment, and the moment when remember about the right understanding of the truth is different moment. They are not together at the same time.
It is possible to try to be at the same time. Then you trying to not to forget right understanding all the time. Trying to be right understanding in your mind, and in this way you can be mindful to your mind to accept right understanding. Deeply, you must listen more and more to my teaching, and in this way you will be able right understanding in your mind. It needs time. You must deal with my teaching more and more. In this way, you will understand my teaching clearly, and in this way you can practice anyway.
Yes, now I'm copying your right understanding. So that right understanding does not arise all the time on me. That's the problem why different rooms.
It is not difficult. That problem will solve later. In future, you must whatever happened, trying to detach to that situation. Because of attachment, it happened like this. If you can detach to this situation, that problem will be solved. You must try to do like this, but you must not pay attention whether you can do or not. If you try, you will be able to do like this. When you try, you must also try not to detach to your doing. Just continue your practice with right understanding. And you will be able to follow the middle way. Right understanding, if you are not pay attention to, if you are not interested in right understanding, you will pay attention to what you are doing, what happened to you. It is difficult to describe with words, but you can understand very basically to do only, to know only, to use only. To do only means you must do, you must practice, you must do good deeds. Doing only is necessary. Don't think about, do not pay attention. Pay attention nothing except doing. Just do. Except doing means action. You must do without paying attention to. You must do without attention to anything. Anything. In this way, it will be doing only. We are because of our habit, we used to pay attention to ourselves, to what we are doing, to what happened, because of to whatever happens, to the time, to the place. That habit need to abandon. We understand, we do not understand like this. We understand, I must do, I must meditate, I must do good deeds. Understanding like this is not doing only, doing with attachment, doing with wrong understanding. Doing only is just action, just non-stop action is necessary. Now we are trying to find the truth. That action of trying to find the truth must be continued on and on. Only action, doing only is necessary. It may be too long, it may be too short, it may be difficult, it may be easy. The situation will always be changing, but you must try not to pay attention to the changing situation. We must continue on and on our practice, and not to stop practicing only is important. Doing only is nearer, like this. Sometimes you may meditate alone, sometimes you may meditate with other yogis. Sometimes it may be silent, sometimes it may be noisy. Sometimes it is very difficult to meditate, sometimes it may be very easy. But you must try to detach to all the situation. This is the middle way, doing only, experiencing only, knowing only. If you, in the beginning, you must try to understand like this. Most of the yogi cannot understand like this. They think time is important, place is important, methods is important. It is because of wrong understanding. Right understanding is more important. The others are not much important as right understanding. When I start meditation, there's no idea about meditation of my own. That's why I became yogi. I understand like other yogis. I must practice like this. It is not enough. That understanding is not enough to follow the middle way. That's why we should change our understanding to be right understanding. If you understand, I must do like this, that's why you must do like this, because your understanding is create your action to be like this. If you can change your understanding must continue practice on and on. Whatever happen, no need to pay attention to whatever happen. No need to pay attention to right or wrong. If you are right, you must try to detach to this situation. If you make mistake, you must detach to mistake. That's why the situation is not important. The desire to meditate and no desire to meditate is also not important. All desires are to detach only. This is right understanding, and we must do meditate continuously. Changing understanding and changing the power we are using. Yes. Yes. if we use right understanding, no problem. Whatever, yes. Not to attach to the situation is important.
him. But because we are so new to our views, to our methods, to our techniques, so we add it on when experience. So that experience is already distorted. Right? So what Shara is teaching us is to relinquish. By experience only, we relinquish all these scrubs, right? Scrubs that they put onto us. So when we think, oh, I got ready, again that's ready. We thought we have arrived, when you arrive, you start. It's where the difficulty as well as the beauty of the Shara's teaching. The Shara have the context in here.
Yes. Like you eat, like you take medicine, so also there's energy or power in the medicine. So also, right understanding is also there's strong power. The more you use, the more you can understand the power of right understanding. It is also solving the problems of mind. Right, using right understanding is changing our mental action. The more we can do right with our mind, there will be more and more good results will appear. If you think about something, you are using the power of something. If you think about right understanding, you are using the power of right understanding. By using right understanding, we must try to detach other mental actions.
Just do it, and then you just experience it, and you just know it. And slowly you just be detached. Just do like that. And you find that slowly your mind becomes clearer and clearer, and pop, one day wisdom arises. Really, it's true. Slowly you find that your wisdom level, your mind, your maturity becomes more and more mature. And suddenly, just one moment, wisdom just strike. Or even, sometimes not even meditation, sometimes daily activities, because your mind is matured now. Sometimes even in daily activities, certain actions just strike, and you just insight is there. So important is what Sayadaw said, right understanding to be detached from what you are doing. Because Buddha is teaching the Four Noble Truths. The second Noble Truth is detached. What's the cause of suffering? The cause of suffering is because of our attachment, our desire. So we have to keep on practicing what Sayadaw is teaching us, right understanding, and just do it. Just use it, do it, experience it, and just know it. And carry on doing like that. Just be patient. We have to be very patient in our practice. And when we are very patient, we just do it slowly, our clarity of mind is there, and the maturity of mind is there. And you'll be surprised, one day, without explanation, suddenly, pop, insight comes to you.
What do you mean?
Something like unity or no separation among anything.
Duality.
If you see from created truth, it is not the same. If you see from original truth, all are created truth, the same created truth, created by wrong understanding and attachment. Seen from original truth, all are living beings or non-living beings, all are just created truth. The same is not reality. Nothing is reality, which is the same. If you see from created truth, they are not the same. To use only is the same. To use only, to experience only, to know only is the same. You must try to stop thinking about created truth. If you cannot stop thinking about created truth, it will never end. Your mental action is wrong. To solve that problem, you must correct your mental action. Instead of thinking about created truth, just think about the truth of the created truth or the original truth. In this way, you will be able to abandon your mental mistake, and in this way, there will be no more problem. If you can abandon your mistake, you will understand by yourself. That ancient, you cannot understand. You are seeing from created truth. That's why you are using wrong understanding. That's why wrong understanding cannot understand cannot understand the truth, cannot find the answer. If there is original wisdom, you can understand the answer, but it is also difficult to describe with words. The more you think about created truth, there will be more attachment. Now you know right understanding, and by using right understanding and doing good deeds, you must correct your mental mistake. For me also, because of the difficulties of the language, because I'm not skillful in English language, that's why it is also difficult to explain detail about that view. Yes, mental mistake is because of wrong understanding. mental right, knowing right understanding is correcting that mistake. Mental action is wrong. If you think about something, it will never end. If you think about life and death, it will never end. Because all are created true. The more you do like this, more attachment to do like this, and it will never end. Unnecessary mental action that should be abandoned. Because of before meditation, I also used to think like this. It made my mind upset. That's why, because of meditation, I can successfully abandon unnecessary mental action. In this way, I will never think like this. And in this way, mind began free. Because of wrong understanding, we are busy. If there is less and less wrong understanding, we will be more and more free. Mind will be free and powerful. Yes. No. We need to change our understanding only. No, I'm not talking about physical action, oral action, and mental action also. Just I'm using about. I want to change from wrong understanding to right understanding. When we use our mind and body, normally we are using with wrong understanding. That's why there is attachment. We can use mind and body, we can use life, but you must try to use with right understanding. For me also, when I'm when I meditate, or I know it is important, but I don't want to do like this. In that case also, I have to try not to obey my desire, but to continue my practice. Now I am teaching. It is also the same. When I meditate, I have to make against my own desire, my own understanding and right understanding. By using right understanding of Buddha, I have to make against my own understanding. When I make teaching like this, the same. I have to make against with right understanding to the wrong understanding. I can successfully make against my own wrong understanding. That's why I can help to other people that quality. I know by my own experience it must be to do like this. I can successfully practice like this. That's why I guide other people also to do like this. Everybody must be like this. By using right understanding, we must try to abandon our traditional understanding. Not to use our own understanding, I mean. There will be our original understanding or wrong understanding is still there may be, but it is possible not to use wrong understanding. To use right understanding, it is possible. In this way, we are trying to use mind and body in the right way. Only with right understanding, we will be able to use created truth in the right way. Not about physical action, oral action, mental action, just about the operating system. Wrong understanding and attachment is original operating system to our life. Now we need to change right understanding. We need to replace with right understanding and detachment. In this way, we need to change the power. Whatever we do, we have to use power to think, to speak, to walk. We have to use power. Yes. Yes. We must remember we are using wrong understanding. It is also right understanding. In this way, you will not grasp to what you are knowing. If you are forgetting we are using wrong understanding, we may grasp to what we know. If we know we are using wrong understanding, we will not grasp to whatever we know, and so also knowing of other people also. Now I make my teaching some for one. There may be knowing, and there may also be knowing. not knowing. So also for everyone it may be like that, but because of right understanding, I have no attachment to knowing and not knowing, understanding and not understanding. You all must try to detach to knowing and not knowing, which is always happening in our mind, to action, to doing and not doing, to happening and not happening. It is always happening. We must try to detach to this situation, to this opposite situation. Yes. Sitting meditation is more easy to accept the true right understanding, because we are disconnecting other people. If we are connecting with other people, it is difficult. Not only our own wrong understanding, but also understanding of other people are controlling. It is difficult. But it is necessary, not only in sitting position, but also in daily life. It is necessary to not to forget right understanding. But wrong understanding is also to use only. You must not grasp. This is wrong understanding. Grasping use is also wrong. Right understanding is also to use only. You must not grasp. This is right understanding. To use only means to know only. Wrong understanding as wrong understanding is to know only. You must not grasp. In this way, there will be less and less attachment. Intelligence will be more and more higher if you remember, because if you are not knowing, we are using wrong understanding, there will be attachment to yourself, attachment to other people, attachment to what we are doing. Because of attachment, there may not be right understanding. Attachment. If there is attachment, there will also be wrong understanding. If we can try to stop less and less attachment, there will be more and more right understanding. Like Buddha is perfect. He can use his life without any mistake. All his physical, oral and mental actions are free from mistake. It is possible to use created truth in the right way. It's possible. We must also try to do like this.
Wrong something that means good. So in Vipassana, another word for wrong understanding could be fixation.
We never think understanding is not complete or wrong. It is difficult to find that truth. We okay.
It's already time already to feel about each other have a long, the next level to go to somewhere to come up with the next level rest up. Is it okay? Sadhu Shadow. Attachment. See? It's not an attachment. Much. Not bad. That's bad. Have to check man. Much. Oh,
May all merits we have attained now be dedicated to all sentient beings. May all beings rejoice and share in our merits.